Hello Internet, Taliesin here, and today I guess we're talking about the future, which will definitely be alright. There's no need to stay up in the night with anxiety about it, because okay guys, seriously, everything is going to be just fine, I promise. I almost promise. Because the future is awesome. Look, it's got flying cars and self-lacing shoes and hoverboards and... oh no, wait, hang on, that's the past actually, isn't it? Yeah, okay, my bad, the future sucks big time. Except that is the future of World of Warcraft, which is looking very bright indeed. And how do we know that? Well, because of Blizzcon 2016, of course. Now, as always, Blizzcon was chock full of announcements for all sorts of different games. Sombra making her long-anticipated debut with a hack more predictable than a launch day DDoS attack, a whole new class for Diablo 3 in about 9 months, and really, really exciting StarCraft 2 news. Oh, so exciting that I'm not even sure I should mention it here. No, I can't, because it's just too exciting. It'll make everything else seem rubbish. And with all that going on, many of us were expecting a quiet couple of days for World of Warcraft. We know there's no new expansion on the horizon. We could all just chill out and enjoy the cosplay, because that's what we're really all here for anyway, isn't it? This guy came on stage, and suddenly there was more World of Warcraft news than we knew what to do with. Of course, the only time that we usually see Jon is when he needs to tell us that there's no flying, or Thaldranath has been scrapped, or that Warlocks might as well just fuck off home for the rest of the expansion. So it was weird seeing him as the new WoW Supremo, giving us what amounted to one of the most exciting Warcraft panels of any BlizzCon ever. There was so much awesome stuff announced that there was almost too much to take in. 7.1.5 with Mist's Time Walking, Brawlers Guild, micro holidays, updated arenas, hunter traps for all hunters that is. 7.2 with the Tomb of Sargeras, more class hall storylines, new world quests, flying on motherfucking flying class mounts, a new dungeon, PvP brawls, new artifact traits, new artifact skins. Oh, and by the way, Argus and space battles. Basically, Jon was like your new stepdad on his first Christmas, just overloading us with awesome and almost unnecessary presents in the hope that we'll accept him in his new role. I mean, yeah, Jon, Argos sounds pretty good and everything, but you're not my real medicine. But it wasn't all good news. Legacy servers were conspicuous by their absence, so Alex Enchel is not happy. But when has Alex Enchel ever really been happy? And seriously, Alex, tidy your room, yeah? But generally, I think it's fair to say that Warcraft players left BlizzCon happier than a Trump-voting Cubs fan who just got their first legendary, and their legendary wasn't Sefu's fucking secret. What I'm saying is they were happy, okay? But here's the thing, there was just so much given to us in one big dose at BlizzCon, there may well have been some bits that you missed, some tidbits of information tucked away that fell between the cracks, and some of these things are worth knowing. So join us as we look at 5 bits of Warcraft news that you may have missed from BlizzCon 2016. Okay? Go, 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 go. Now, as already mentioned, Jon's real drop the mic moment was at the very end of the panel when he revealed that in the future we will be heading to Argus, the main HQ of the Legion itself, to finish the job and end the Legion threat for good. And the reason that's so exciting is because Argus is not a raid area or a zone, it's a whole planet in space. So we're going to space. Sorry, the great dark beyond. We're going to space, which is awesome, and you can see why people are hyped about it. Lore-wise, it's absolutely massive, and the fact that the planet is called Argus means that for people in the UK at least, we've now got a never-ending source of brilliant jokes like, oh, going to Argus? You'll be needing an attunement catalogue for that. Or, I killed all these demons and the only loot that dropped was these tiny plastic pens. And that was still better than Sefu's fucking secret. But there does seem to be a bit of confusion as to when this is actually going to happen. Because when it came to Argus, Jon was vaguer than a Russian athlete's medical history. And I think a lot of people assumed that something so massive as going to Sargeras' own backyard must be a long way off. Like maybe a whole expansion in itself. But let's make one thing very clear. Our trip to Argos is Legion content. In MMO Champions BlizzCon interview with Chris Robinson and John Haidt, they stated it very clearly. Argus is a Legion patch, and presumably one bigger than Prince William's, which is actually amazing when you think about it, and a real commitment from Blizzard as to the amount of content we can expect going forward. Although, I don't really see why we have to go all the way to Argos at all, to be honest, since they do free home delivery if you order online. That was an Argos joke?
I know.
Okay. Now, I don't want to scare anyone, okay? This is meant to be a happy video, but you might want to sit down, all right? It's just, I've got something to tell you, and it's quite important. Okay, are you ready? Prepared? Right.
Pet Battle Dungeon.
Oh, fuck off.
Pet Battle Dungeon.
Of course, the great thing about WoW is there are so many different aspects to it, so many different things people can do to have fun, and that's awesome. Some people are hardcore raiders, some people just love RP, some people play the auction house, and some are seriously content to just wander around picking flowers all day. And don't laugh at those people, okay, because seriously, they are the richest fuckers in the game right now. And I have to admit, pet battling is one part of the game that has never interested me in the slightest. Seriously, not one little bit. But the idea of pet battle dungeons is slightly interesting, even to me. I mean, not that interesting, obviously, but the idea of formalising pet battles into a progressive instance, maybe, where you have to team up with other people to complete it, that is a really fascinating idea, and it sounds fun. I mean, not fun enough for me to actually do, obviously. It's bad enough I have to get my Falcasaur pet up to level 25, which basically means I'm never going to have a Falcasaur mount, like, ever. And you want me to do a whole dungeon's worth? Fuck off. But I mean, you know, for other people, it sounds like fun. Pet Battle Dungeons, you've been warned. Patch 7.2 will see the return of scenarios. Scenarios were great in Mists of Pandaria, mostly because they are queuable, role-agnostic instances, which basically means that you don't have to stand around for hours waiting for a tank to pop your queue and then not actually clicking on the fucking button. I mean, seriously, dude, why would you join the queue and then not press the button? What could you possibly be doing right now which is more important than normal Eye of Ashara?
Been spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Been spending most our lives.
My queue's popped.
One more verse?
Okay.
Tell me why are we so blind to see? Come on, sing it. The ones we.
So anyway, scenarios don't have that problem. Good. And the 7.2 scenario sounds like a stonker, coming at the end of Demon Invasion world quests, which in themselves sound pretty great. All of the normal world quests in a zone being replaced by something that is apparently going to be quite similar to the pre-launch event. The scenario will see you and two others taking the fight to the Legion in the sky, in an epic battle that will hopefully be a bit more Vizidum the Watcher and less Clear the Skies, because Clear the Skies is not fun. Fuck Clear the Skies and fuck those catapult things that are shittier than a Diana Ross penalty kick. And I also like that these scenarios come at the end of doing special world quests, so you can't just chain queue them like you did Arena of Annihilation in Mists of Pandaria. And it's just another varied form of content to be playing. They really are working hard in Legion to make sure there is something for everyone. Right, did you watch our video on the new class mounts coming in 7.2? Oh? Well, please do, seriously, Evertel needs the money for more ridiculous cosplay. But if you did watch it, then you'll know that one of the concerns we had that was, although some of the mounts were undeniably awesome, they did seem a little bit spec-specific. Like that Death Knight Dragon Worm thing is brilliant. I mean, look at it, it's badass. But it is very green, isn't it? Great for Unholy, but maybe not quite so fitting for Blood or Frost, for example. But literally, as we were recording that video, Yon clarified that actually there is, in some cases, going to be different versions of the class mounts for different specs. Now, whether these are simply recolors or whole variations on the model, we don't know yet. But it is safe to bet that, for example, Shadow Priests, as twisted masters of void magic, constantly on the brink of insanity, can look forward to something a bit more appropriate than a fabulous shining gold floaty glitter owlcat. Fire and frost mages should get a disc which is more fiery or frosty or... Oh, sorry mages, I tried, but it's going to take more than some fire and ice animations to get excited about a floor tile, isn't it? Sorry, I tried. I really did. And also, fun fact, we know from that MMO interview that there are recolors already existing for all of these mounts because they make different versions in development. And we know that each mount was designed specifically by someone that plays the class, so they understood the class and had a passion for it, which just goes to show that people that play paladins are boring people. Like, seriously, incredibly boring. And they love horses. They're boring, horse-loving people, paladin players. It's just a fact. Now, of course, nothing that I say here is stuff that wasn't said officially by Blizzard staff at BlizzCon. None of this is leaked, it's all stuff Blizzard are okay with you knowing. That being said, this next bit could potentially be spoiler territory, so if you didn't watch the Q&A and you don't want to know any story details, jump straight to the time shown on the screen now, or click on the timestamp in the description. Right, so you remember how Vol'gin died at the Battle of the Broken Shore, and it was like proper heartbreaking. I mean, yeah, Varian might have sacrificed himself bravely and met a a truly gruesome end with some awesome music on the Alliance side. But look, Vol'gin cracked a tooth. He is truly the hero of our hearts. But look, here he is getting burned at his funeral. Or is he?
There's more to Vol'gin's story, and in time.
Now, I don't want to jump to conclusions here, okay, but I've played this game for a while now, and that says to me that Vol'gin, the most ineffective Horde leader of all time, is still alive and will be making a return in Legion. It wouldn't even be the first time this sort of thing has happened in this expansion, let alone in-game. We had Vanessa Van Cleef crop up like she just nipped down the shops rather than be murdered a few years ago, for starters, and there was someone else too, but I can't quite remember now. So Blizzard certainly have form for this sort of thing, but even if Vol'gin is actually dead for reals, it's clearly not the last we've seen of him, and there is more story to come. And actually the same could be said for Ysera, who definitely is dead unfortunately, but who we also now know has more of a role to play in the story of Legion. Both of these tidbits of information were revealed reluctantly really, and in the case of Vol'gin it seemed almost accidentally, so it'll be really interesting to find out what's going on there. They're probably both of them just having a quick drink with Madan and Rathion before joining us in Argos, I'd have thought. Great stuff guys, we'll meet you by the jewellery counter. I need new gold signet ring that says mum on it because it's almost Christmas and my mum is super classy. She'd love something like that. That was another Argos joke.
I know.
Okay. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and even if you didn't, it's still better than getting Sefu's fucking secret as your legendary, believe me. Either way, let us know what you think in the comments below. If you did enjoy the video, you can like it if you like, and subscribe, because if you subscribe, then I promise we will make more videos. If you didn't like it, downvote the shit out of it, and remember my name is Alex Sensual. No, my name is Taliesin of Taliesin and Evertel. You should join us on Twitter at Taliesin Evertel, and on Twitch too, where you can see what awesome players we really are. Check out more of our videos on screen now, and a massive shout out to all of you who help make this channel possible by donating your actual real life money to us via PayPal or by pledging on our Patreon. You guys really are cooler than an ice blocked mage in Northrend. So we'll see you next time, but until next time, cheerio.